ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्. In the last session, I had discussed about how the pride is the problem in between the knowledge of the source of the universe and you. The pride is because of small things which are taken to be big, understood to be big. So in order to understand the reality about all these things, how the entire universe is very small and some other qualifications, the scriptures or the Vedanta gives fourfold qualifications a person should have in order to understand the truth about the universe. That the universe itself is the truth about the universe, a person has to have the fourfold qualifications. The fourfold qualifications are, as you will see, firstly, the capacity to know. Everybody knows this, but one should be convinced about the impermanent nature of each and every object of the universe. Nothing in the universe is permanent in nature. People do not pay attention towards this. They know actually, whenever there is some problem, they will be reminded of this. But if according to them things are running well, then they forget about this reality. There is nothing in this universe which is going to be here forever. That is called Viveka, discriminating capacity. Any living organism means there is an end to it. In fact, this star, our sun is a star. A time will come, the sun also will die. Our people, they have discovered this. All the energy will be depleted. End of the sun. When there is the end of the sun, end of all the living organisms, so how can you be attracted towards the small ends of human life? A person has to understand this. Yes, living is a must. One has to live, no doubt about it. But that this is big, this thing has to go away. I'll do something big in life. This is a wrong thinking, wrong conclusion, which keeps the person bound in a small thing. He doesn't discover that it is small. So Viveka, everything in the universe is going to change over a period of time. Viveka, discriminating knowledge. And when this is so, when a person understands this, he doesn't like the universe so much. I like definitely, but I do not like the world so much that I suffer for that. I expect you to be alive all the time. This is how you see. When you like somebody, you think that he should be alive all the time, which is not going to happen. When you enjoy something, you think that this enjoyment should continue forever. This is not going to happen. Nobody in this world has remained forever. We know that very clearly. So, sasyamiva mratyah pachyate sasyamiva ajayate punaha. In this world, just like any other creatures, the human beings are born and they die. This is the nature. Human beings who were born 150 years ago, not a single person you will find now. Similarly, after 150 years, not a single person who are alive now will be there. This is the nature of the nature. That is the nature of the nature. One has to assimilate this. So, When this is the nature of the world, how can you be engrossed in small things? So whatever you do, it is not big, you have to discover. Then comes a group of 6 qualifications, Shama, Dama, etc. I will explain one after another. There is a force behind the desires of the people, and when there is a force, it forces you to act. Let me give an example. You were drinking earlier. Now that you have decided that you want to live a pious life, so you left drinking, and a day comes when your friend comes to you drunk, and by the very smell of the drink, by the very smell of the liquor, you may get attracted towards further drinking. I tell you, you see your own life. There is a force behind the desire. You have not totally grown out of your drinking habit, so this may force you to drink further. Then what should you do at that time? You apply equal force, equal opposite force, in order to stay away from drinking. I gave one example. You can extend to each and every desire of yours. This is how it is. So after putting a halt to your strong desire, you convince yourself, otherwise what will happen? The mind will revolt. Follow, I am not going to do anything. So in my life, there is nothing. So you start lamenting. This will happen. So therefore, what should you do? After restraining yourself from drinking, you convince yourself that you have done the right thing. That means what? You have got value for what is right. So when you restrain yourself from drinking, you convince yourself that you have done the great job because of the wish of the Lord. You add there, because of the wish of the Lord, you are able to now restrain yourself from drinking. So may the Lord give me further capacity, much more capacity, so that I will not fall a prey to all these things. So unless you bring the Lord into the picture, the universal law into the picture, the pride will automatically go up. That you have done so, this is how it happens, you have done so. So when the Lord comes into the picture, your job is done, plus the humility comes into existence. You are humble. So then comes Uparama. Uparama means you stick to your duty, keep doing your duty, and your duty includes your prayer, daily prayer. The prayer has got so much of strength, I tell you, that can solve so many problems. In fact, when you are helpless, it is the prayer only which will help you. Nobody in this world is going to give a solution. There may be situations. So, prayer has got infinite power. So, keep praying every day, keep doing your duty, whatever you are doing. It should not be wrong, I have told you earlier. So, living a life is a must. And in addition to living a life, you add prayer every day, twice a day, in order to find out that you are an instrument in the hands of the Lord, the universal laws. Lord means the universal laws which are manifesting all over the universe. Then capacity to tolerate, titiksha, capacity to tolerate. The world, whatever it is for everybody. It is not for you and I. For everybody, the world is the same. The winter, the summer, various situations of the body, diseases, pain. So these things are going to be there, definitely. For everybody, these things are going to be there. Now, in such situations, what you do is, you need to accept, and your prayer will help you in accepting this difficult situation. This is not for you only. There is no fever for the stone. Fever takes place for the living organism. And you are not free from that. As long as you are alive, these things will continue. So, the capacity to tolerate. So, why you tolerate? First of all, you know that there is no other go except tolerate. And you happily tolerate. How do you happily tolerate? When you pray, you happily tolerate. Because when something is for everybody, it is the same for me also. So, I don't have any objection towards anything. Therefore, in this process, the capacity to tolerate increases. Then you focus on the truth, whatever the Shastra says. The scripture says, Shastra or the scripture says, the universe itself is the source of the universe. Then only you will be able to focus. See, without these qualifications, focusing on the truth is not possible. So when you are cool, that means the incidents of your life, incidents outside, they are not disturbing you. You are available for reflection, whatever the Shastra says. So the universe happens to be the source of the universe. How it is to focus on that? That is called samadhanam. Then Shraddha. Shraddha means having faith in what the scripture and the teacher says. They say the same thing. Teacher unfolds the scripture. The teacher does not speak something new. If the teacher speaks something new, then he is wrong, I tell you. He should be teaching what the scripture says. So having faith in what the scripture says. See, everybody will conclude that he is mortal. But Shastra is telling, scripture is telling, you are immortal. That means what? Is totally contradictory to your understanding earlier. So, the Shastra, instead of telling you mortal, it is telling immortal, means there must be some reality behind it. Maybe a handful of people are telling this, that's okay. But that the Shastra is telling you are immortal means it must be correct. So that sort of faith should be there in the scripture and the teacher also. Teacher also tells you the same thing. Then comes the last thing is mumuksha, or the desire to liberate oneself. Desire to liberate. Now this liberation means we should understand properly. What is liberation? Liberation doesn't mean if you from here you go somewhere. That is not liberation. Liberation means being free from sorrow, being happy all the time, being totally free from sorrow. That is what liberation. If at all there is any liberation, a living mind should know. A living mind should know what is liberation. So, if it is possible, mind you, if it is possible, see for yourself. If you are being happy without being unhappy throughout your life, what do you need anything more? Nothing more is required. That is the end of it. So, I want to be totally free from sorrow. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. That is what mumuksha, that is what mukti, desiring to be free. So, that is possible once you accept the universe as it is. So, when you accept everything as it is, there is no question of your sorrow. Therefore, if these qualifications are there, the desiring to be free is very strong in nature, then other qualifications automatically follow. So, given these qualifications, if you analyze what the scripture says, you will be able to appreciate that the universe itself is the source of the universe, and while living, you lead a happy life. So, these are the fourfold qualifications mentioned in the scriptures, Vedanta. So, you keep growing in the right direction and you be happy. That is the purpose of this teaching, the scripture. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.